Welcome back. So what we're going to try to do today is we're going to try to mill the boards that we need out of that white oak log. Oh, neighbors are taking out their garbage cans. Didn't know. Oh, it was MLK on Monday. So yeah, tomorrow's pickup. But anyway, what I have here is a band, one of the ones that we wrecked yesterday, and it's got a couple of missing teeth, but nothing serious. Let me show you if I can find them. So this one's been ground. Just trying to find the rounded off teeth. So basically what I did was I tagged it trash band, which means that I can use this one on problem situations. Alright, so there's one. So I'll show you, just rather than searching through this whole band to try to find what I'm talking about. If you look at this tooth, come on, focus, right here. See how the top's knocked off that tooth? There's a few teeth in this band when I sharpened it that'll like that, with the tops knocked right off them. So on a bandsaw band like this, you're never going to sharpen that out. So where that tooth will ever be sharp again. What we're going to do is we're going to throw this on, adjust my blade guides, because I'm sure they got knocked out with all the up and down waves and stuff. I'll show you the right way to do that. And then we're going to mill some boards off this, and we might flip it a couple times because I can see some good clean faces. Try to finish this white oak log off. Hopefully not hit any more metal. And then maybe if we have time, if everything goes smooth, we will load that walnut log up and slab that walnut log out so this order can be done. I don't know if we're going to get to that today. It's cold out. Danny's sleeping in the truck. I just don't know if that's going to happen. So let's get you over here, because I want to show you the right way to do this and what I use to clean the guides and stuff like that. I've shown this in other videos, but some people aren't going to watch all my videos, so this is the best way to do it. What I consider is the most expensive thing that, other than the mill, that I use on a day-to-day basis, wow, is carb cleaner, brake cleaner. And I use that. Holy crap, this friggin' straw doesn't fit. Let's just give a happy screw you to these straw making people. See if I can get it in this thing. Wow, doesn't want to go in there. That's great. Send a straw with a can and it doesn't go in. But I use brake cleaner or carb cleaner or to clean out these guides. Hopefully they're not frozen like this one is. Helps if you use the straw so you can kind of focus some of your attention here. I gotta grab a screwdriver real quick. And at like, you know, $10 a bottle for that stuff, it really is kind of the most expensive stuff that I use. These things get cake full of shit every time you mill, especially when you hit metal like we did. And what I do is every time that I put a band on, or when I'm done for the day, I clean these out with with brake clean. You see all the crap that comes out of there. So that should be enough there. We're gonna back to you. I don't know. Let me see a view. Oh, you're good there, I think. Now I'll focus you in. When I go to set the guides, we're gonna go ahead and get this band on. I'll show you how I open these bands. See the, oh, throw them on the ground. It's not. What you want to do is you want to find the loop that hangs the lowest. So I think it's that one. And then when you go to open it up, and maybe it wasn't that one. I think the one on the other side probably held lower. But that's how you can open them up. And this one is backwards right now. So I gotta turn it, yeah, turn it right side out. Now it's going the right way, I think. Yep. And we'll go ahead and throw this thing on the saw. And I'll get you guys a view from over here because this will be better. Show you how to adjust the guides. Now, when you're not staying up with this, or they're not tied or something like that, I tend to have to almost adjust the guides every time I put a band on. And we don't want to have to adjust every time I put a band on, which is why I've considered going to roller guides. The problem is that I know my back's to you. Norwood thinks that going roller guides is a downgrade to their guides. You kind of get your gullets lined up, even with the face of the front, and then you can tension it. You don't want to tension it before you do that because, you know, if it was tension perfect, I mean, if it was tracking perfect, your band might not move from there. One, half two, half three, half four, half five, and a little bit of a turn. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and roll it through and see how our tracking looks. Roll it through in the direction of travel when it's cutting. This is all in every video, every book, everything. So my tracking is pretty solid right here. It's pretty much perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust these guides, and I'm going to show you what I think is the right way to do it. Right now, so I have no clearance up. I have clearance down. I have clearance up and no clearance down on this side. So we're going to adjust them both. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to loosen the bottom one without letting it fall out. Just let it drop down a little bit. Tighten it back up just a little, just to hold it in place. Both sides. Some of them might go ahead and spring down. You can push down on that and just get it down. I'm going to loosen the top. And actually, this one so far, I haven't seen anything that indicates that it was way out because none of them popped up or down or anything. Gonna get yourself some paper whether it's sticky notes or whatever. I just happen to have a pad of paper in the house. Yeah, it should work. As long as we got clearance down both sides, which we do, what you're going to do make this so these aren't going to blow away. I'm going to get the top one up a little bit. Just get it tight so it doesn't fall down. Put the paper in here. Right. I'm going to drop that down on the paper. Perfect. Tighten that one up. Same thing on the other side. There's some clearance there, so I think I get my paper in. Piece of paper in there. Drop that down on the paper. Tighten it up. And we'll get to get a piece of paper for the bottom. And we're going to put this on top. And we're going to loosen this. Push up on it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, basically giving us paper clearance. We're using the top so that it can't move. That's why I did it that way. You could do the bottom that way too, but you could actually flex the band. So it's easier just to let the top drop down. Looks like there's clearance on the bottom here, so we're going to put the paper in there. If there was no clearance, we got to drop it down. Pull the paper out. Now we get clearance down, up, down, up. Tighten them all down. That part's done. Now we have perfect clearance top and bottom. Only a little bit of way that blade can go. We got a couple of teeth knocked off that band, and I'm only going to do that because there still could be metal in this log. I am going to try to run with the gas that's in this thing and hopefully run it out. If there is any, we are low on fuel, hopefully run it out. I have, for blade coolant, I got some Pine Sol in here, water, and I bought some of that pink RTV antifreeze. Just poured a little bit in here to keep it from freezing. But worst case scenario, you can just let it drain out afterwards. And throw some of that in here, and then I'll pause you guys while I warm this engine up. And when it is warmed up, we're going to go to cutting. We get a 6/4 and a 10/4 to cut off of here. Oh shit. Damn it, that was dumb. My thing out of here. Shit. There we go. Still open. A 6/4 and a 10/4. piece to cut. We'll probably cut a couple of each so he can have an option of which ones that he keeps in case of some staining in them. It's probably a bit much, but hopefully we'll cut this whole log out and shouldn't freeze now. So what I'm going to do just to get this thing warmed up, it's fired up right now. It's going to get loud. I'm going to move you guys back and pause you while I run to the back here, and we'll get ready to take some slices off this, and hopefully we don't need any more metal. So I'm going to pause you right here. I told you it'd be smelling today. Alright, so we're going to take a 6/4 piece off, and then we'll reevaluate. Because last night I took some nails out of that piece, so it's going to have holes to it. My goal is to get him a clean 6/4 piece and a clean 10/4 piece. And we're going to kind of roll this log around, this cant around, try to attack the best sides. I'll try to show you all I can. Let's see if that band cuts with a couple of teeth missing. That's going to be the big test here. Make sure you get a good view. Let's see how it cuts white oak with a couple of teeth. Hopefully you don't need So I'm fighting a frozen lubricant hose. I'll show you how that cut with no coolant, and not only no coolant, but a couple of teeth missing. We didn't hit metal, which was good. Oh my God. I'll give you a good view of that. Really awesome wood. So I didn't set this band, all I did was sharpen it. And like I said, it's got a couple of teeth missing, but there's some really cool figure in this. I'm going to, let's go look at the end and let's see what the pith looks like here. So we're almost down to the pith there. Here, I got you right here. Let's take a measurement. Let's see what we're looking at. Nuance pieces 8 to 10 inches. So right now, this way, we're 11. This way, we're 12. So I think there's no black stain in here. I think what we're going to do is flip it on its side. It's 11. If I take a 6/4 out of here, I'm getting a little light. I think we're going to flip this edge up and take two pieces out of here, and then maybe flip it again and take something out of there. So, get you see what your views are. Thank you. My coolant's frozen, so down at the nozzle, I assume it's gonna go ahead and work itself out. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get this flipped up. Some really cool grain in that. It's a nice clean piece too. No blue stain, teeny little bit over there, but not, it's a nice clean piece that we just took off. We're going to try to do that all the way around here. Hopefully we don't hit any metal. Hopefully all the 9,000 nails we took out of it are all that are in it. There's one little dip in this, but it's not that bad. I think we'll just go ahead and take a 6/4 and a 10/4 here, that way. Hopefully our frozen nozzle has worked itself out by then. You know what? I might be able to Nothing like having to work outside in the cold. I'm gonna try to spray some brake clean in that nozzle right there. See it since I got it out here. It's the only part that's frozen's right here. That looks like it got stuff moving. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. And then hopefully when the antifreeze stuff makes its way down here, it's going to take the rest of it out of here. Just need some more, a little more. Oh. That's so funny that stupid straw doesn't fit in there. Let's hope we get some water flowing. All right, get you back around the other side. We'll size up this side and take a 6/4 and a 10/4 off, and then we'll rotate it. We'll do that a couple times. You can see how much flatter that one is that I just took off than the other one. That band's cutting great for missing a couple teeth. But if I'm going to hit something, I want to hit it with that band. Let's fire it up and do it. 6/4 and a 10/4. Still got a little sapwood on this one too. sharpened band is going right through this like nothing, which is great. So we got ourselves a 6/4 and 10/4, wider than he wanted, which is good. Move this off to show you. Got here. Show you what that looks like. Beautiful white oak. There's this weird spot in the middle here. It's not soft, but it's definitely it's got that inclusion, cool grain going to it. I'm going to take some measurements and flip it on its side, because I got him a couple of 8/4 boards too. Probably flip it on its side. Take another piece off one of the other directions. Try to leave it as a beam. So this this side here has got a lot more meat on it. So let's get some measurements and figure out where we are. Let's see if I can get this up there. Oh, that's heavy. God, that white oak smells awesome. Oops. Beautiful piece, and all the medullary rays in that one. If you can, I don't know if you can see them down around that area there. There's rays all through that, all going up through there. It's a gorgeous piece. All right, so I'm gonna pause you guys so we don't get crazy long, and I'll be back when I'm cutting more. All right, so I'm going to take a true and cut off the top, and then drop down 2.5 to get my 10/4 board out of this, and it's 8 inches wide, and that's going to leave me an 8x8 white oak post. And then we'll take that off the mill and we'll go to the walnut. So let's make these 2 cuts, and I'll pause you again, and we'll get the walnut up here. Hopefully, again, we don't hit any metal. Sure enough, I hit one more piece of metal. I will have to change out that band. I'll show you what the cut ended up, what happened to the cut. myself a really nice consistent little 1/2 inch piece there. Yeah, a little dinky nail right in the beginning of that cut. A nice 10-quarter piece here, 8 inches wide. He asked for 8 to 10, so I got him a wide one and a little more narrow one. I got a couple of the 6/4s. I got some 8/4. I got a 4/4. So he can have his choice. Show you what happened to that band. I've seen way worse. Show you what that cut like after it hit the metal. So it cut nice and flat. You can just see it just leaves a line where the dull teeth are. And it hit this little dinky nail right here. Right in the beginning of the cut. You see the cool grain. It's a beautiful cut. Beautiful white oak. So I wound up pausing you guys, and let's get that walnut up here, get this white oak 8x8 off the mill, which is what we have left here. And I'm gonna have to warm up the Bobcat, let Danny run around and go pee, and I will be back with you guys in a minute. All right, so we get this walnut log up here. There is a horizontal cut in, a horizontal check in it. I got it as close to horizontal as I can get it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blast this into a cant and then hopefully take boards off opposite that. It's a little well, it's about probably close to a 5-foot log. You can see it on those 4-foot bunks there. And I'm going to continue to use the band that I got on here. Let me do some measurements really quick and see where the pith is on both sides. Hopefully the pith is close. So I want to center because I want to keep that horizontal check in one side, in one board in the center if I can. So we'll get our measurement to the pith on both sides here. So this side is 7 1/8. Hopefully it's not radically different, because it would be a cross on this thing. 7 3/4. It's a 1/2 inch different. Well, 5/8 different. We'll just check it again over here. 5/8 different. Yeah, almost 3/4 different. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off cut of that white oak that if I can bust a piece off it. That shingle's not big enough. That's not big enough. This off cut that I just cut off this white oak, this 1/2 inch piece would be perfect. I just don't know that I can bust it. This will be perfect. So what I want to do is get this in here and not have the log roll. I should be able to pick this up even with a dog, because the dog should just go up. Okay. Let me make sure that I'm oriented good. It's going to go over a little more. So that's nice and parallel, and we'll just check it again really quick and make sure we got close. That way we can keep that crack right dead in the center of the log in one piece. So it's at 7 3/4 here now. This side shouldn't have gone down very much, so it should be really close. 7 3/4, so we're perfect. So we're going to go to milling on this one and try and make a flat spot on the top. I think we can just cut it with this band. I don't see any reason really to replace it. Just make sure it's not going to, that's not going to shift. And I need to get my thing out past that. Take that nub off on the next cut. Maybe we'll just rotate it 90 degrees on the next one. Alright, so we'll take the top off of this. I'm really running the water to it right now because I want to run it out as much as I can before I end. But let's cut this thing and see what we can end up with. Go down the center. Show you what I did there, just because this is more valuable wood. And it looks like a little short log, but it's not. So what I did was I boxed the heart in a 1/4, 4/4 board. Then I came up, made an 1.5 inch board, which would be a nice wide 1.5 inch board. And then I made a 4/4 board up there, giving me where I think I'm going to cut out at the top. So I'll take my top cut at that top line. And then what I've done is I've set myself up for cutting out that side and still leaving that one in the middle. So that just lets me know where I gotta cut the top to kind of end up on scale. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So let's cut this one out and show you what it looks like. wood looks like. It's walnut. Kind of funny, it looks like tulip poplar. It's been sitting around a while. So the band's cutting okay. It's cutting good enough to cut this log. And what we're going to do is flip this one on its side 90 degrees and square it up. I want to flip it all the way down, but that thing will be sticking out here too far. So we're going to try and get it squared up on its side. Take the top off it and get ourselves set on a width. Try to get max width. And we should not need, that's going to set our boards, we should not need our spacer board. One thing about cutting on these mills is cutting small logs kind of sucks. It's going to be hard to square up like this. If I had maybe we'll just go like this. Tear this off with a silky. No, we don't need to square it. Let's just get this upright, dog it down, and just cut this nub off. Let's do that. And because the log's so small, we'll come back to that side. We'll just cut the nub off, then we don't have to worry about it. Chuckle right over. Get as close to vertical as we can like that. We'll just cut the snub off, and then we won't have any issues. Down and do the same thing on the other side that we did on the first side. can't go below say 5 right now. So we'll set our height on the other side the same way we did on the previous side. take it off and stay above 9. See what that looks like. we're going to try and get it over to that other stop and see if we can catch it. Or we'll put a board in there. We'll grab ourselves like a 3x3 over here. I don't know how that walnut's going to work. It's going to help us for a minute, and then I'll have to take it off and maybe throw something thin in there. That kind of stinks. It's so stupid. We can do it with this instead. Probably keep that one moving around. screwdriver. These. Hour 15, the hours in up and out. So I got these 4/4 boards. They're real pretty grain. If I threw water on them, it would be better, but I'm not gonna. It's getting snow on them. And then a couple of 6/4. Again, real pretty grain. And then one more 1-inch one. So he can have his choice, or he can take them all. That's pretty much it. And I got a 1/4 board up there too. So I'm going to put this mill to bed. I'll clean up here tomorrow. Got all the white oak up here. Got 8/4. I got some 4/4. I've got some 10/4. And then all the walnut. So that's pretty much it. Only hit one nail today. I'm gonna have to sharpen some bands. I've got a bunch upstairs to run through the sharpener anyway, and we'll be back at it this week. So I will send this video to him so he can see it. I'll get this area cleaned up. One thing that I have to clean up is I've got some boards over here that I've got to edge off and finish some of those thick slab cuts into boards. I'll see what I have down here to turn into boards. There's a couple of 1-inch slices down there, and I got to edge off. And I think maybe one thick one thick slab cut that maybe I can edge off. I'm not sure. I meant to see if there's any metal in it. I don't know if I even want to mess with those or just cut them into firewood. But you know, white oak is always worth it. White oak's always worth it to have it around. So I am going to have to come up with a separate place to start stacking hardwoods, exclusive of everything else, and I got to start tagging them. So when people come out for sign wood or stuff like that, then they can look at what I have and pick stuff out, take it home. You know, I sell all the small hardwood pieces like sign size as separate. So yeah, I'm going to throw that stuff up here, take the mill, throw the cover on it, take that band off, put everything away, and my week's pretty much done except for some cleanup tomorrow. So maybe I'll shoot a video tomorrow when I organize this stuff and show you what I have to clean up and cut and so on and so forth. So always appreciate the watch. For those of you, if you hung on this long, thank you so much for getting me over 1,000 subscribers. And I'll keep trying to put out content. And what a great day to mill, huh? You know, I thought it was going to be brutal out here. I thought it was going to be torture. It was a beautiful day to mill in the snow. What an awesome day. One nail. Awesome. So this is Pirate Solutions out.